You're listening to the Frame100 Podcast, a show by Brickfilmers for Brickfilmers.
And welcome to the Frame100 Podcast, the Brickfilm podcast recorded on a wish and a prayer. Today is June 4th, 2020, and this is Season 1, Episode 1 of the show, or in a sense, the reimagined version of the show. I'm Chris, known as Goldbrick Productions, here with Sam, aka Locker74 Productions.
Hey guys, what's going on?
Please tell me I got that right.
Yes, you did. For the first time in a long time, you got it right.
Yes, all is good in the world. Also here with Trevor, aka Suited Ninja Nerd Studios.
How's it going, everybody?
Hello there. And Marcus, aka Brick Hat Studios.
Hello, hello.
Now, I got that right?
Yes.
Today's a good day. So, as you're probably guessing from whatever platform you're listening to this podcast on, we have made some changes to the show. And so we're just going to kind of kick into things because it's a very, very casual recording day. We kind of just want to catch up on all the things we've been working on and just kind of plot a path for the show going forward. Mm-hmm. So overall, How are you guys doing, Brickfilm-wise? The world is ending. Have you made films?
Ah, man. Lockdown sucks. But, been trying to make the most of it with filling the void with animation because there's nothing to do. What better option do you have than to just animate and work on stuff? Yeah.
I mean,
this is a true statement.
It is. I've been good. Been working on Ace Brickman. It's been a process for the past...
Among other things.
Yes, I've got other projects in the line, but that's just so I can keep my sanity and keep my creative juices flowing. But my main project's been Ace Brickman. I've been working on it for, 6 months? 5 months now?
No. Sounds about right. Yeah. You started in January.
Yeah, so I've got it about half shot. But I'm taking a break right now because I'm working on another project, and I would rather not say what it is. I'd rather surprise people, somewhat.
That's good.
I like surprises, so I'm down. Even though I know what it is entirely, but regardless.
I hope you guys
surprises
like it.
Are great. Surprises are great.
Well, I don't know about you guys, but I plan to forget it right before it releases, and then suddenly remember that it released.
I won't tell anybody when I release it.
It'll just a work in progress.
Pop out of nowhere. Not even the premiere.
That's the best way to do it. Sometimes. Yeah. Most times, actually. Surprises are great.
So what have you been up to, Marcus?
You gotta add a little bit of promo.
Yeah, that's true. I think I did that on Brickfilm. Was it Brickfilm Day or was it Bricks in Motion? It was Brickfilm Day. I posted a little thing on there and then I put something on Twitter, so... I don't know. We'll see what happens. Probably the week before I'll post another promo image. But, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what's been going on with me. Marcus, what have you been up to? Anything exciting?
I've been catching up on building all my Lego sets from my backlog.
My God, your massive backlog!
We can see it.
So
we can see all of them in the webcam.
Yeah.
God,
this man. I've visited Marcus's place before. I think on 2 occasions now, and. God, it hurts me seeing how many sets he has that he has just not built, but I'm so happy he's finally getting into building them, because there's so much. It's ridiculous.
Where do you put... Sorry, go ahead, Marcus.
I recently built the... No, it's all good. I recently built the Ninjago City. That was, so much fun, even though it, took me so many days to just get through it.
Such a good set. Top, 100% my favorite set of all time, hands down, no contenders in any other shape or form. It's such a good build. I think Chris can agree with me on that.
I think so. I mean, it's definitely one of my favorite sets.
You better.
Well, see, for the longest time, my favorite set was the Lego Dino Attack T1 Typhoon helicopter. I was very nostalgic for that as a kid.
That.
Dude, that thing had guns upon guns upon guns. My parents didn't let me watch a lot of violent TV when I was a kid, but if they knew the violent scenarios I reenacted against dinosaurs with that helicopter, they would have never let me buy it. So, it's a tough call. Is Ninjago City the best? Ish. Does my nostalgia lean towards this massive, tan and red helicopter with the biggest guns in the universe? Also, yeah.
Yeah, see,
that's for another episode. We'll debate about our favorite sets in another episode.
Yeah. So where do you... Okay, so I've always wanted this, Marcus, and this goes for everybody, because I'm on like a couple groups on Facebook where they collect sets. What do you do with all of them when you're done? Like, do you just display them, or do you tear them down for pieces? Like, what do you do?
I display them. I'm trying to find room in my house to put them, like in the basement and all that. So I've been trying to clean up for the past few days, organize everything.
If you got some modular sets you want to get rid of, I'll gladly take them off your hands.
Oh my god.
No, I'm missing 5 from my collection.
What are you missing?
Oh, we took care of one at Brickfair, if I recall correctly.
Yeah.
Yes.
So what sets are you missing from the modular set series? Because there's a couple I want to get the cinema... I'm sorry. Me and Mark... Okay. So
I can see it from your webcam. You have it in your background, but like mine's by my bed right here.
Oh yeah. See, for anybody that's watching that doesn't know what's going on, me and Marcus really like the modular sets that Lego comes out with. So every time a new one comes out, I have to get it. And mine's just for background, but they're cool sets. Marcus is, I think, a bigger collector than all of us on modular sets because at Brickfair he paid.
I'd argue that.
Yeah, how much? What did that guy offer you at Brickfair? It was like $4.85 or something like that. No, it wasn't that much, was it?
I got.
Did I
get one or
It
two?
was less.
I got.
It was more than
2
retail for
modules?
sure, though.
Yeah.
No, I got 1 module. I got. What was it?
It was the pet store, right?
No, it was the Grand Emporium.
Yeah, it was the Grand Emporium.
That's right,
I think it was
that's
like for 280, 300.
Oh, so a lot
That
less than what I
sounds
said.
about right.
That's not
Yeah. I just
misinformation.
Yes, I just remember Marcus coming back from the what was it? It was the yard sale, and just this big grin on his face with his set, just going, "Guys, I bought something." You know what? I wish I didn't have to fly back to Kansas because I'd spend that much on a modular set that was built.
See, what we could have done, though, is you could have bought it, quickly pieced it apart, and then shipped it back to your place.
Yeah, exactly. I live kind of in the area, so I easily could have just shipped it back. I mean, I shipped Chris's whole mock back.
Well, he also
Thank you again.
he also shipped it to you, and we saw at Brickfair how well UPS takes care of things. Not UPS.
Yeah, we did.
Oh yes, yes, that was a disaster.
Was it UPS? Yeah, I think it was UPS.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just had the worst luck with big packages and UPS. I sent the
You
mock
really
over.
do.
That was destroyed. My roommate
Oh, man.
did similar box size when he's shipping all his stuff back, including several Lego sets. That was a pain in the butt. My Doom Eternal pre-order was also by UPS in a massive box, and that took forever to get to the right address. So thanks, UPS. Not only did you ruin Mox, you also ruined, well, the local man literally too angry to die. But you said you would have been all right. It would have been a smaller box through FedEx. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I don't think Brickfair is happening for us this year, though. Sadly, it's
Yeah,
not.
that's just what happens with the lockdown when the whole world is on standby.
Well, Trev has been very depressing this past week, and I think it's just getting to
I have not. You turd. Getting back on track here, Chris. What have you been up to?
Yeah, Chris is
quarantined while we're sitting at home, being very depressed that we can't actually all be together in the same room.
I think Chris has been the most active out of all of us. So.
Oh, 100%.
Relatively. Yeah. Well, besides being depressed that we all can't be together in the same room, I graduated. That was kind of a big deal.
Yeah.
But, it's kind of funny because I was thinking about it. That took up the vast majority of my time because I had to do my master's defense. Thankfully, that went well. I passed, and the online form today said that everything was good. So hopefully I'll get a diploma in the mail at some point this century. But I got surprised myself because I haven't actually done a whole lot of brick filming during quarantine. I've released 6 films so far as of the time of this podcast, and yet only 2 of them were technically during quarantine. One was during the lockdown, and the other was really done towards the end where, businesses are starting to slowly open up and people are going outdoors and seeing sunlight again and whatnot. The biggest thing was my Half-Life film released, which was awesome. I'm very happy that it turned out. The effects, I think, were some of the best I've done, and it's motivating me to do more. I mentioned this on a previous podcast episode and stopped me before I go down this rabbit trail of memories. I remember I really wanted to get more into effects over the course of the year, and I feel like that work has paid off, and now I can put together a film, and doing the effects doesn't require quite as much work and prep because I'm so used to the workflow now. So I'm very happy about that.
I was going to say, you've done...
I would totally argue that you've gotten onto a better workflow with all your VFX stuff. And it keeps improving, which is more than I think most of us can say.
That is true, because
thank you.
You did some effects for my music video that I did back in October. And to me, I feel...
October? Wow.
Yeah. I feel like that was the shining moment of that video. It wasn't so much my animation, it was the effects that you did, the flying animation and stuff like that. Just real nice. But
and let's give credit where credit is due. The green screening you did made all that possible.
Yeah, I hate green screening.
That was some of the easiest green screen I've played with in my life.
I hate green screening so much, but I'm glad it worked out.
It's hard.
But
quite happy with that.
Yeah, but yeah, Chris has been a monster with animations because what did you release? Did you release Dude?
Yeah, let's see. I did Rex Thunderstruck for Thack. A Deal to Die For 2 free sandwiches, which is my magnum opus.
Hate you so much.
Number 3, was it for an event? Oh, it's for Brickfilm Day, Hidden Side.
Yeah, Hidden Side.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, that one, yeah.
Then Doot, which was Lego Doom Eternal, which the response on that was fantastic. I was very, very pleased with that.
I know my dad.
Well deserved.
I was gonna say my dad loved it.
Sweet. Wait, does your dad play Doom?
He played it when he was working at Edison in California. He had it on his work computer and he played it every day.
Excellent. I've tapped into the fan base. And then Blendtastic for Quarantine Days. Which you also did that, Sam, with Vice Squad 74.
Oh yeah, I forgot I did
Trev
that.
Trev, your film hasn't come out yet, right?
It hasn't. I hope it will be out this upcoming Saturday, but we'll have to see about that.
I bet
it's out when it's out. I'm not exactly too pressuring Zach into having it out as early as possible. I do have a video that I did for that.
So I know
that's number 5 then.
Oh, sorry. I know you showed. Trevor. I know you showed us your video, but I'm having a hard time remembering what it was. I think it's because I only saw it once.
Well, I mean, I'm not.
Oh, I know you're not going
to explain it now because nobody's
but
seen it yet. But it
has
stuff to do with cereal.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I remember what it was now. Sorry about that.
There we go.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
And also for everybody who's listening, what we're talking about is Quarantine Days. So our fellow community member, Mr. Zach Macias, otherwise known as Mind Game Studios, he realized that we were all stuck inside. We have all this time on our hands to do just a lot of creating since we're all locked indoors, and he put it upon himself to create a whole collaboration where people could just make all these very short little clips, and he strung them together into 6 different episodes, which he titled Quarantine Days. And it's been really fun watching what people have done so far. I think at the time of this recording, there's been 3 episodes released, and there's still 3 to go, if I'm right about that.
I think you're right, yeah.
I believe so. Sam was in the first release. I was in the 3rd episode. And right after that was when I released my Half-Life film. So I believe that was number 6, with number 5 being my Quarantine Days entry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think...
So yeah,
we have all been busy.
Quarantine Days has been quite the success so far, and I'm very what's the word? I'm really happy that Zach actually put it on for all of us.
What I'd
love to see him do. I'd love to see more collaboration stuff like that in the future, because we also saw very recently the Brickfilm Day Star Wars celebration for the Skywalker saga.
That one was good.
Yes.
Which has been performing astronomically. I'm super proud of those guys over there for putting that all together.
Our own host, Jared, who unfortunately couldn't make it tonight, he's still alive,
Jared.
trust me. Jared, he did the Last Jedi one, and all of them were good, but I know the Last Jedi one, he tagged, was it Ryan Johnson and Mark Hamill in it? if I remember right.
Yeah.
And they all all replied to it on Twitter saying, "This is fantastic. This is amazing." So basically, Jared and Brickfilm Day have won Star Wars for the animation.
They really have.
And
he was over the moon that day. That was like the best day ever.
it was exciting for all four of us. All five of us.
Yeah, it's
Sorry, Marcus.
insane how many, bigger figures, especially people that are directly connected to the actual films, actually got to see this labor of love from these other creators that are on such a small scale as we are.
Well, I think
I think everybody was really pumped after seeing the super positive response to that. Because all the people that worked on that did a phenomenal job. What
I think helped Jared, what made Jared excited was Jared, if you guys don't know, Jared, Dude Brick Productions, the dude loves Star Wars. He loves The Last Jedi like I love Blade Runner. Like, it's just one of those movies. And I think it's something interesting, something you've worked on, like an animation or a video or something like that, and then seeing the director that directed that movie that you love saying, "This is amazing, keep it up." It sticks with you. It helps you kind of get more animations done. And I want to see more from Jared, but he's also a big boy now in adult world, so but he's still active on Twitter. I just was so happy. I think all four of us, all five of us, we were all just so,
including him, yeah.
Yeah, we were all super excited to see that he was getting the recognition. Even all the Brickfilm Day guys, because they're all super cool dudes over there. I mean,
oh yeah,
Pent is a boss. I'll say it.
Absolutely. And one thing I definitely want to highlight about this, because we haven't had an episode to talk about it, one of the things I thought made this collaboration so great was that all the Star Wars movies, regardless of opinions or fan bases or whatnot, they were all treated with a fair amount of respect for all the work that went into them, the legacy that they've imparted on people. It's just a very loving and respectful tribute to all of it. You see it in Jared's portion, you see it in all the portions. It's really one of a kind. The live stream peaked at about 150, 160 viewers at several points across the premiere.
Wait, really?
During the premiere, yeah.
I didn't know that.
I kid you not.
I didn't know that.
For the sake of context, my Half-Life film peaked around 17 for the premiere. The Quarantine Days peaked around 80 or 90. The Star Wars Brickfilm Day collaboration peaked around 150, 160.
Yeah. Big stuff.
They did an incredible job. The VC had at least 30 people there all hanging out, watching together. And the commentary afterwards, it was incredible.
And not a phone in sight.
I'm so disappointed.
And not a phone in sight. Everyone just living in the moment.
I'm so disappointed that I missed all that because I forget what I was doing at that point, but
probably working on a horror film.
Oh God, yeah.
Were you?
I'm giving you credit this time. I'm giving you credit.
I was busy at that point, so I couldn't be there during the premiere, which I was so disappointed about. Because,
what were you?
Just seeing all the buzz around that. It was
what were you doing? I think you were working.
So,
I think you were working out.
I probably was working. I'm sure I was. Just doing something productive, hopefully. But let's shift this conversation over to like
Trevor being productive.
God. Let's shift this over to some of the other stuff that we've been doing during the quarantine. Like I know, for example, in terms of me and my animation stuff, with my first year of college wrapping up finally, we had to shift all the way to online classes. So got done with that stuff. I was done by like the end of May. And then ever since then, I've been doing my best to try and work consistently each and every day, or at least every other day, on just getting a little bit more animation pumped out for my really long coming horror film, A Deal to Die For, which has been in the works for we're coming up on a year and a half now. So yeah, I'm just doing my hardest to just get this thing done. My hope, actually, I'm not going to say anything because if I say something, I'm going to get held accountable and I hate it, but...
Trev can learn! Trev is learning!
Trev can learn!
But I'm doing my best.
Smart choice.
It took 2 seasons and a year hiatus and he's learning!
Oh, God. Yeah,
Okay.
I've given out a lot of hopeful dates for what I've been wanting to get the film released, but at this point, I'm just shutting my mouth and working on it and getting it done.
So
Because I think if I can give a status update at all, I think I'm sitting at about 40% of the way through the animation, like 40 to 50. So we're gonna go with that. The reaction I'm getting from the others is not as positive as I thought it was gonna be.
Oh, I'm stoked. I feel like you finally found that point between dreaming the magnum opus and making it happen.
Well, it's just
It
I know
is June 4th, 2020, 7:35 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time, and this is where we're at. We are witnesses.
okay,
Well,
so can I just?
It's the fact that I've been able to get my mind off of everything with this quarantine going on because, with classes, I had a lot of, outside work to do with that. A lot of my time had to be dedicated to, actually attending classes and then all this outside work that I had to do. And I was always being focused on films because, for those of you listeners who don't know, I'm attending film school, and next year I will be in an animation program at the same school. But the whole year it was just I was very focused on making movies, but not my own, per se. It was a lot of helping out on other people's films or working on films that I was able to do that were on a much smaller scale that were taking time away from me animating. So yeah, that was how that went. But now that everything has kind of been pushed to the wayside, I have so much time to actually focus on really getting this film done, and I'm so excited for you guys to see it. I'm so excited.
Okay,
I am fired up.
So everybody doesn't just in case you haven't been paying attention to Twitter or anything, we've been giving Trevor a very hard time about this horror film because he announced it, a year ago?
Me an incredibly hard time. Yeah,
Or-
I announced it over a year ago. Yeah.
So,
yeah.
just so everybody knows now, I'm just going to go ahead and say it. Whenever he initially told us when he wanted to get done, first it went from Valentine's Day of last year.
Do we have to go over this?
We have to go over this. I have to explain this to people. It went from Valentine's Day to Easter to the 4th of July and then nothing. So the fact that he's
I also never prefaced a year either. I never said a year. I know I insinuated it was going to be last year, but I never prefaced a year. I never specifically said 2019.
Lies.
I'm rambling.
Lies. Anyway.
Here's the thing, Trev. Actually, I'll let you finish up, Sam. You're rocking the recap here.
So the fact that he is at 40% makes me happy. Don't get me wrong. But man, come on!
You're critiquing a film that hasn't even been released yet, sir. You
And
did not do this to me.
No. Let me finish.
Let me get this straight.
Let me finish with this wrap up real
Last time I
quick.
heard about this film, sorry for interrupting, but the last time I heard about this film was from at Brickfair, and then now I'm only hearing that it's only 40% done.
You got Marcus involved.
You guys are mistaking the forest for the trees, because up until this
You
point,
are.
all we've had to assume is that it was 0%. I mean, it could be 1%,
True.
and I'd still be thrilled, because
Oh, don't get me wrong. I'm
so
excited.
far I was working off of one or two frames. That's all we had.
Okay,
Okay, fair.
again,
We did have that Twitter thing, but you
I'm-
asked me for a little bit of VFX advisement, and I haven't even seen any reference footage I can go off of.
so
I'm starving, man.
don't
We're all
get-
starving.
I'm doing what we were just talking about a couple minutes ago. I'm releasing a film that's a complete surprise to everybody. Nobody has any idea what to expect from it. I'm testing my own personal waters with this because, again,
Gross.
I just want to throw this out there, see what people think of it, not have any preconceived notion of what it's going to entail whatsoever. It's just going to be released. It's going to happen. And I swear to God, if people don't enjoy it, I'm going to cry a lot.
You look forward to crying, man. Trev, I'm just kidding.
Oh my God.
I'm just giving you crap, man. But what I was saying is,
I know you're giving me
I'm
crap.
excited to see it. I really am. But some of the memes that have came out of this have just been the greatest
yes.
thing.
Yeah, we can probably post some on.
We could put some on
Twitter
our
account, which-
Twitter, but Mike, just some of them were.
Yeah.
They were so Jared. is the meme master.
We get where you're going, Sam. We get where you're going.
But
Somebody
like I
else,
said,
please take the wheel.
Let me quickly interject. One of my favorite
Please
parts
interject.
about this whole business was that one day, I think we had told Trev several times that morning, like the phrase has always been, Trev, finish your horror film. And Trev is just, I can't remember what he said that morning, but when I got home, for 7 hours straight, I quickly ripped up this stupid animation making fun of him, basically. And then I said, Trev, finish your horror film. He said, no. I said, okay, I'll do it for you. And I quickly made public this YouTube link that parodies his horror film. I have no clue what's in the script. All I have to work with is that there's a deal and it's to die for. And so I make the stupid parody. Come back to chat the next morning. The replies were worth their weight.
Oh my god, it was so funny.
God.
It was the best thing.
And the response to the comments was hilarious because like nobody understood quite like what was going on. It's like, oh, Student Ninja Nerd announced a film, but we haven't heard anything, so that's how it be. And then they're all like, wait a minute, I thought Trev was releasing something called A Deal to Die For. What's this crap here, Chris? You freaking plagiarist hack.
If you guys have not seen Chris's version of A Deal to Die For, go watch it because it is the ultimate. I'm gonna cuss here it's the ultimate shitpost because it is. Oh, it is so good. That's all I'll say about it. Everybody needs to go watch it.
I will say it did make me laugh quite a bit just because of how completely inaccurate it is. But it's an enjoyable watch.
And it's to die for.
Oh my god.
What was I supposed to work with?
Anyways, other than animating for that, I had my Quarantine Days video, which I whipped up very quickly. And I also have been trying to catch up on movies, just watching other films that I haven't gotten around to. Because, again, we have all this time on our hands. I am a film student, so I try to keep watching as much as I can. But I find that I get a lot of inspiration from watching other movies. I have it's ridiculous just how many film ideas that I have come up with while having literally nothing to do. And it's great that I've been coming up with so many ideas, but also there's too many of them. I can't make all of these. I feasibly cannot do this.
Finish your horror film first.
Well,
yes,
at least you got a Quarantine Days entry in, which I'm very happy about.
Yep.
And because Marcus is pushing me here, I gotta tell this story as well.
No, save this. Save
it for when?
We'll save it for later.
I want people will find this later on. They will find it.
Okay.
They will know the truth.
There we go.
So I guess
you can't handle the truth.
I guess I could. I was gonna say.
Yeah. What have you guys all been up to? I've been taking the wheel too long here.
It's okay.
Actually, I want to quickly ask Marcus something. If that's all right, Sam.
Yeah, that's
Sorry
fine.
to cut you off.
No, you go ahead.
Because Sam, Trev, you're both in film school, and you both recently wrapped up big projects for the semester. Now, Trev, you've been back into animating, but Marcus, we haven't heard a lot from you on that front. You got any plans?
Yeah. I have storyboards right here actually for
snap.
Brickfilm coming out soon.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's how we know it's real.
Oh my god.
Yeah, but that's what I've been trying to keep myself busy with is that I have a bunch of all these ideas and I've wrote down 4 scripts and I'm just trying to draw the storyboards for them. I want to do one video at a time and not do the storyboards for each at the same time because
yeah, one project at a time is usually the right way to go.
The way my family works right now is that my old brother is sort of nocturnal, so I can't really making loud noise with Lego at night when it's dark, and then I can animate, so I can't really do that.
Yeah, I feel that. Yeah.
Or I mean in the day, but yeah.
Mm-hmm. It doesn't help too with summer and the days getting longer, more sunlight. You have to really push your animation hours if you want any sort of darkness to work with.
Yeah.
Darkness. No parents. Sorry, I had to make that reference.
That's okay.
We only work in black. It's sometimes very dark gray.
Very dark gray.
Well,
that's actually that's
awesome.
a really good film to go rewatch right now. I have been wanting to just go ahead and rewatch the whole Lego Movie quadrilogy at some point during the quarantine because again, there's nothing better to do.
Yeah.
Well,
you can animate, watch Lego Movie, build your massive backlog of sets. Marcus.
So, Marcus,
yeah.
I'm
what-
just poking fun of you.
what is the what's your video going to be about? Do you want to say what it's like? Just give us a hint, or do you just want to keep it a secret? I mean, I'm just
Secret.
It might be like a touchy subject. I don't know if this is touchy subject, but it's related to COVID-19. So.
then
Oh,
that's
God.
not. You're fine. It's not polarizing.
Okay,
We're
yeah.
good.
We've already
it's just-
mentioned it. We're all stuck
Yeah,
indoors.
yeah.
It's no mystery why.
It's all right.
Yeah, it's sort of like a
2020,
Mexican
baby.
standoff coronavirus. Like instead of guns or like
it's
swords and stuff, they use the cough.
yeah.
Off on each other.
That's pretty good.
Wow.
I'm
That's
excited.
essentially it.
I want to see that
I'm not gonna
now.
lie,
very-
several weeks ago that would have been like, Marcus, how could you? But now it's a meme. That's
It's
just
a meme. Oh,
That's
yeah.
just how society is now.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see this.
It's all. I'm
Very
super.
excited.
Color me excited.
Will not disappoint.
Anyway, yeah, you guys saw that, right? Well, I guess I can. I guess I can go into like what I've been up to besides Ace
Please.
Brickman.
Please take the floor.
Yeah, I won't talk as much to the other guys because I'm not that exciting. But since
You
last,
really aren't.
since the last time we did a podcast episode, I bought a house, so I have a full blown studio again. Finally, I got a dog. Her name's Ned. She's the mascot for Frame100.
Ned!
She's actually not here right now. She's she's at the vet. She had surgery today, but I'll go pick her up tomorrow morning. But
Bless her soul.
yeah, she's. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about that because I miss that dog. But anyway, animation wise, like I said, I've been working on Ace Brickman. I've got a good story. I think I've also been trying to finish out the rest of the story. So that's been going on. I did Quarantine Days. Dr. Scar returned for Quarantine Days, which I love.
Yes.
So yeah, and then now I'm working on. I got the new haunted house Lego set. What, 2 weeks ago?
Such a good set. Such a good set.
It's a good set. It is I'm serious. It's the mechanism's really cool. The building's really cool. Like, just the whole thing's cool. So I had this idea. I was like, well, what if I do like a monster movie or a monster animation or something like that? So I've been working on that. It's got a couple Easter eggs in it. I won't say to what, but it's been going. It's probably some of the best animation I've done in a while. I mean, I can see Trevor right now stroking his chin because he comments on everything I animate. His non-existent goatee.
Shut your mouth. Shut your mouth, boy.
Hey, he's got a mustache, though.
And I mean,
Somewhat of one.
I have a mustache too.
We don't need to talk about this.
Anyway,
This.
it's some of the best animation I've done in a while, and I'm really happy with it. And I've been able to get, I think I've got like 40 seconds done of it, or 40 seconds of it done right now. So I'm hoping to get it done within a couple weeks, maybe.
Would you say that's more
animation.
or less than 40%?
Dude, you're blazing.
What?
Like, you were blazing. It took me about 2 or 3 weeks to get 40 seconds of footage for the Half-Life film. That's insane.
I think I got to the point where I'm a perfectionist when I animate, always have been, and I think I finally reached a breaking point where it's if it doesn't look exactly like it does in my head, I'm never gonna get it done. And I think that's what I've been kind of trying to work with, especially with Ace Brickman, is it may not look exactly like I want it to, but it still looks pretty good. So I'm gonna go with it. But I mean
I feel that in
that's
spades.
really like all I've been doing. I haven't been going out, nothing exciting, still single, still gonna die alone. But yeah, that's what's been going on. Nothing exciting. I think Chris already talked about his masters, graduating. Do you have anything else you want to add, Chris? I mean, we've kind of been stealing the spotlight.
I think we've talked about a lot of what we have done and a little bit of discussion on what we're doing / planning to do. So I feel like that's kind of the next logical step. I know I have no clue. I think BRAWL probably, but from there I have no ideas. There's one idea I want to try, but I don't want to say it publicly because I'm not sure it's ready, / I'm not sure if I'll be able to get approval for it. So
Yeah.
we'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
Marcus mentioned his film that he's working on, The Standoff.
Yeah.
Title, I guess. Do you have a working title?
It's still in progress on that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, there we go. Trev, your homework has been set in stone, so...
Yes, I think everybody is abundantly clear, myself especially.
Pretty much.
I know.
So I guess, actually, it does bring up, are any of you guys planning to do Brawl? I know I am.
I'm
think
hoping to.
When is Brawl?
June 20th is the start date.
Yeah.
June
the
20th?
Yeah.
The week of June 20th, I believe. Yeah.
Yep.
I probably.
You might want to fact check me on that, but I'm pretty sure that's the date. I've had that memorized, so I can plan my schedule accordingly.
I actually don't think I'm gonna do Brawl. I think I do Thack, and I think Thack is good enough. I feel like with all the projects I've got going on right now, Brawl is not something I could probably do right now because I've got.
When you finish with your latest film, you'll probably want to take a bit of a break, or at least
No,
a bit of a vacay. It'll be too close to Brawl.
I'm getting right back into Ace Brickman because I've actually been watching a lot of movies that have to do with the part I'm animating. So I want to steer into that because I really like that era that I'm animating. So I probably won't do Brawl, but I know. I'm trying to think. I forgot what I was going to say.
Just want to kick into Ace Brickman, I guess.
But no, I'm excited to see all the films from Brawl because you get some pretty good ones out of Brawl. Even out of Thack, you'll get some really good animations. I mean, look at Twickabricks. His was fantastic. Mm-hmm. His always is though for Brawl and for Thack. So.
Oh yeah, the Moore brothers do a great job every time they try and release something.
And
they had a fantastic entry for the recent Easter contest over at Bricks in Motion. I believe that was the latest one they did. Twickabrick won first place. It was honestly no contest. They went above and beyond.
Oh, I forgot they even entered that.
Brawl 2020 is they did like a really minimalist animation, almost at a microscale level. I thought was very, very cool. Very, very poignant as well.
I think if you can pull that off,
I know that.
Do it. More power to you because I think it's different.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Remarkably so.
Yeah.
I know Brawl is up. I haven't heard word of a summer contest though. I know Brick-a-Brack is kicking into gear with another contest too. Whether or not they do the summer contest is up in the air. And apparently the Brick World Chicago Film Festival is still up and running, even though Brick World itself has been changed to an entirely virtual convention.
Yeah.
Which I find very interesting. I wish them all the best, of course. I'm probably going to try and enter something.
Yeah,
it's a shame, though, that none of us can be there, because it's a lot of fun seeing the films on the projector screen. I remember I saw yours there, Trev, when I went back in 2018 with Matt, and that was pretty cool.
Which one was that?
I mean, I thought it was super cool, even though I wasn't even there. So
was that Torment?
No,
that was My Unlucky-ish Life, episode
4. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Wow, I love how we're both right on top of that. That's great.
There you go. Well, the reason I remember it is because I was trying to scan the crowd and figure out the reactions for filmers I knew. Like William Osborne was there. His film was there. He wasn't able to make it, unfortunately.
I was gonna say I want to meet that guy so bad. Him and Penta, so bad. I want to meet him.
I think William's planning to come for Brickfair 2021. I think he was gonna come this year, but he's having to switch everything.
Because we originally, I know we were kind of heading up an operation to try and have just as many brick filmers as we could visit Brickfair, Virginia, which happens the first weekend of August in Chantilly, Virginia.
Chantilly.
And now with the coronavirus outbreak, pandemic, whatever you
the big Rona.
It's Big Rona.
Rona.
There's so many ridiculous names that it's been classified as, but with the pandemic going on and everything being on lockdown, it's still very up in the air as to whether or not Brickfair Virginia will be happening for 2020. But we're pretty confident that it's not going to be happening, which is really disappointing because it's really the only time of year that we all have an excuse to get together. And it's just really awesome getting to be in that convention center with so many other fans who are just massive lovers of the brick like we are.
Lovers of the brick. Never heard it called that before.
I don't know. I'm trying to be eloquent here. Too eloquent for my own good.
Sounds very philosophical. I'm getting some Socrates vibes.
Yes. yeah, with it most likely not happening this year, there hasn't been an official statement as to whether or not it's canceled. But I think we've all pretty much decided that it's out for this year.
Yeah.
While it sucks as much as it does, it also, I think, it's going to make next year just that much better and more highly anticipated. Because
with the gap year, prep as well.
Yeah.
Oh yes, yeah. Because we really want to just get as many people as we can, as many brick filmers there as we can to just kind of enjoy each other's company.
Sorry, guys. My phone went off. Very unprofessional.
I was wondering, why did you just randomly say yeet?
Yeet! I think
I'm just so excited for, Brickfair. Yeet!
Yeet! I think I just...
One thing I would like to see, though, while we're on that topic, and this is something I think we can prepare, I would love to have some sort of brick film screening. Whether it be at the convention or at somebody's Airbnb afterwards, I think it'd be a ton of fun. I think back to the Airbnb we had with like the giant projector screen.
That was fun.
I know, our contract didn't allow for guests at that time, but imagine if we had a setup where we just all got together, ordered some pizza, got those Domino's rewards points, and watched some brick films. I think it'd be a ton of fun.
We can talk about this later, but I'm wondering if we can pull some strings and try and get something in the works for that.
I bet we could. Hey, a guy can dream. Like I said, they managed to pull it off at Brick World. Mm-hmm. Really large scale, 20-something films. There were prizes to be had. I could totally see us, doing something similar.
Well,
but
remember,
at the very least, meeting up with brick filmers, and especially after a year of complete, I guess, meetup famine, it's
nothingness.
Awesome.
Well, remember Pagano? Pagano was at Brickfair, so he showed off some of his brick films. So
that was awesome.
There's a good chance we might be
Marcus,
able to.
you were there with us at the panel, right? I'm trying to remember if you were with us at the panel, right? I'm trying to remember if the panel was during the garage sale or not.
No, yeah, I was with you guys at the panel, yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
He was there.
For some reason, I thought that the two events coincided. I couldn't remember.
No, that was the.
To be honest, I was like, I think I was like half asleep at that time because I was like so dead tired that weekend. I was like, oh, okay.
No, who was it?
Yeah,
it was
it whooped all of us. I don't think I legitimately don't think I got sleep that whole weekend.
Oh, I did.
I think in part because the bed I was on was kind of uncomfortable and just adrenaline.
Hey.
I mean, on the one hand, I want to apologize for giving you the crappy bed, but on the other hand, I was homeless that month, so I'm glad I got the good bed.
I remember that.
I set up the Airbnb and got our tickets, man.
Mm-hmm.
I deserve the big bed.
Yeah.
So, but I figured if Pagano can show his animations, I guess I don't know why we couldn't. I mean, we could talk.
Exactly.
I mean, that's still a year away, but
we will do some string pulling. We'll have to come up with some cool ideas for that. But
I know at the very least we're planning to display again, so there will be a Frame100, if not general brick filmer presence. Yeah. What that looks like, we don't know. Can we dream? Heck yeah.
Brickfair will return in 2021.
Probably.
Brickfair. Did I say Brickfilm? Dang it! Brickfair will return in 2021.
It's okay, guys. He goes to film school.
2020, no more brick films.
Definitely brick films.
Yeah, brick films right now have to fill the void of there being no theater releases because oh god, it hurts so much.
That is a story for another time in another place.
It is a story for another time,
but not on our podcast.
But if roping this podcast back in again, we kind of want to offer up some solutions to you guys as to how you can also stay productive during quarantine. Because, we know for a lot of people, it's hard to just stay focused on things just with everything going on out in the world. Because there's a lot. But the things that we have all collectively found is getting off of social media helps quite a bit. I know I, for one, have been a massive, massive Twitter fan. And I kind of had to take a step away from that because it was just becoming... I was wasting too much time on it. So after getting rid of both that and, the other social media I have that's been kind of distracting me, it's been able to help me focus a lot more on getting animation production done.
I want to be the guy that says, I told you so, but honestly, I'm still the same way. Like, I preach a lot of get off of Twitter, get off of YouTube, but I struggle with it as well. I think all of us collectively together, walking through that, I think that's been very good for us.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, Marcus earlier was like, "Yeah, I don't comment on Twitter." So teach us your ways.
More power to you. Yeah.
If I recall, your account's private, so you don't really do too much on there. Look at you being productive.
Yeah, because I like some weird things of like my personal hobbies, trading card games. So I'm probably gonna switch or not switch, but create another account for my Brickfair Memories channel.
Sounds like a good idea,
That'd
Marcus.
be awesome.
I should probably do the same at some point.
I'd be tempted to, but honestly, everything I do at GBP is everything I want online. Nobody wants to, hear me spam my favorite metal albums. Like, no one cares. I don't need an account for that.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, guys.
Let's see. What else? What other offerings do you guys have for the people out there? The very bored people. Besides listening, of course, to more podcasts like this podcast that you're listening to right now. Podcasts are great.
Hey!
Listen to Pinta and Williams if you're feeling
Yes.
like creatively lost, because it's really the podcast with. I think it was with Bricksmith Studios? Is that his name?
Blacksmith Studios?
Blacksmith Studios.
Films.
God, what was I thinking? Him
Films.
talking to
Blacksmith
Zach,
Films.
or listening to them talk with Zach, and then them talking to Harrison, who did Darkmoor, really kind of helped me get creative about this monster animation I'm doing. It kind of helped me get some ideas in my head. So I feel like
the World of Brickfilms podcast on LotsaToast Studios is
it's also on Spotify.
They're one of our competitors, but also very much a compatriot of ours.
I mean, I wouldn't say they're
I think of
competitors.
that as our sister podcast. I guess our brother podcast, considering we're all guys.
Another
one also being the Brickfilmers Guild. We've had the four monkeys hang out with us. They are amazing, awesome people, and there's just another good one to listen to.
Yes.
And I think all of us are secretly hoping that at one point we'll all each, one at a time, become guests on their podcast.
Oh, I already know
But,
I want to.
That's the sort of reputation it has. Like, they have some fantastic chats with some amazing, awesome people. And on top of that, Brickfilmers Guild it's one of the best resources for community events, etc. within our hobby. It's fantastic.
Yes.
I really hope to be on their podcast one day. I even hope to be on World of Brickfilming? World of Brickfilms.
World of Brickfilms.
I really hope to be on theirs too, because I think they have some really good questions and really good conversations. Not like we don't. I'm not saying we don't, but
we don't.
Hey,
we just don't.
We talked about your horror film for what, 25 minutes? That's a good conversation.
It was a very productive conversation, I will say.
But no,
I don't know about you guys, but I'm really looking forward to being on the Frame100 podcast sometime.
Me too.
Yeah.
Those guys seem fun.
Yeah.
By the way, fun. I can't remember if anybody knows, but whenever I first released Ace Brickman, the trailer, when I was in college, whenever Austin and Matt did the podcast, they're the ones who talked about it and kind of got me involved in the community.
Yeah, I recall.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, I want to say it was a couple weeks after I gave you voice lines for the one episode. I ended up circling back and going, "Holy crap, this guy's work is good."
I just remember
pat your ego a little bit there.
Well, the one thing that still sticks with me was Chris. After they got done talking about it, Chris goes, "Yeah, let's keep in touch. Let's keep in touch with this guy. See what happens. Who knows? Maybe he could be a good animator." And then, 2 years later, Chris is like one of my best friends. So I was like, I never thought I'd be here. So
yeah, and Sam's an even worse animator than he was then.
I'm god awful. I am god awful. I know I am. My story,
your lighting is immaculate.
Joking.
No. I was gonna say my story outweighs my animation. That's the way I'll put it. But yeah, But yeah, one tip I guess I've got for keeping you sane is be involved in chats. Like Brickfilm
Keep
Day.
talking to people.
Yeah, don't just think that because you're in quarantine you can't talk to anybody. Discord, being in a community, it's really good to keep your mental state because these other people are in the same boat you are. You know, it's just
literally everybody's together in the same boat right now.
And I think the more you keep in contact with other animators and other friends that you've made, the easier it is. Because I usually go up to Kansas City every other weekend to go see my friends up there, but I haven't been able to do that. So I've been going to other podcasts. I've been going into other chat rooms. Like I've gone to Brickfilm Day. I've gone to Brickfilmers Guild, Bricks in Motion, Brick-a-Brack, stuff like that. I've just been talking to people, kind of getting to know them. So I think that's my advice. I mean, that's all I got for that one.
That in addition to, just texting loved ones, friends, family, anybody that,
If you want to be a nerd, sure.
Oh my god. Yeah. I'm
just kidding. I that was a joke. I didn't mean when I say we at Frame100 Podcast do not have the means of calling everybody a nerd for texting their friend or texting their family. We are here. Our main intent is to make jokes. We cool?
Is it though?
And maybe some brick films every now and again.
Maybe just a couple.
I think you and me you and mine priorities are you and mine. Wow, I can't talk. Anyway.
Yours. Wait.
Ours collectively.
Grammar time. Yeah.
Grammar time.
Comrade.
Grammar time with Frame100 Podcast. The difference between your and your.
I'm canning this segment. It's not getting a second season.
Oh, I know. It's okay. I'm fine with that. We all know how
another really great tip for staying sane during these trying times is to watch other people's stuff. Watch movies. Really just catch up on a backlog of films you've been wanting to watch. I know myself in particular. While I haven't gotten around to it yet, I still really want to. Find a specific filmmaker, whether it be a feature filmmaker, a brick filmer, a short film creator, anybody. Find a single creator and try and just watch their whole body of work. See how they adapt over time. See how they change. See the new people that they collaborate with in each of these projects, and just kind of see how they improve or what's the word? It's not de-improve, but how they improve or get worse with their craft. Deteriorate. Yeah, that could work.
But just you'll notice improvement, but also trying to fill in the blanks as well. There's been a lot of shows I've watched where they're really good. Props to the people who made them. But just for fun, I try to think, how would I go ahead and go about this?
Yeah.
Like, I've watched one show recently though where I can't do it. Like, I think it's perfect, pretty much. Marcus will probably be really happy to hear this, but I finally watched Avatar: The Last Airbender. Yep, there's the victory pose. Oh my goodness, that show is amazing.
Yeah, I still haven't watched it.
2 Lego sets is a freaking travesty, by the way. And also, there is no M. Night Shyamalan movie in Bossing say, "Here we are, safe."
M. Night Shyamalan, that dude fell from grace is super hard.
See, Marcus looks super happy. You two guys are just like, the what? But point being...
so can I...
to capitalize on what Trev said. Oh, go ahead, Sam.
I was going to say, if we're going to talk about shows, and this doesn't need to be a tangent, but for anybody who hasn't seen Band of Brothers for the Pacific...
Oh my god.
Go watch it. It's free on Amazon Prime. Go watch it.
Really?
It's a TV show, right?
Yeah, it's a 10-part series. Both are. So 10 episodes of Pacific, 10 episodes of Band of Brothers. That's all I'll say because it is hands down my favorite series.
I will watch those two if you watch Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Sure.
We can hold each other accountable to that.
Will there be quizzes?
Maybe? I don't know. Who's your favorite character? That's all we'll do. I guess I could tie this into one, tip, quarantine life tip. If you have to be stuck indoors, this is your opportunity to try something new. Because as soon as we all get back to reality in the real world, we're going to get busy, our schedules are going to fill up, and that thing you've wanted to do forever that you're not able to do, you're not going to be able to do it. It's like,
Yes.
I've been trying new TV shows just off the cuff. Trev recommended Community. I checked that out.
Yes.
Sam, I'm still working through Psych. We're getting there. It's just I keep confusing the Amazon logins. It's becoming a problem on my end. Avatar: The Last Airbender on recommendation of our friend Josh Deck. One thing I've also done too, I started playing around with just general modeling and maker stuff. I have an Infinity Gauntlet that I 3D printed. Nano Gauntlet, technically. It's just sitting in my desk at work, not getting any attention whatsoever. And just over break, I learned, sanding, spray painting, basic wiring electronics. Stuff I just generally don't do. But since I was stuck indoors, and since I could open the window enough to get the spray paint fumes out of my room, I've just spray painted it. The point being, this is your opportunity to try something new, even in brick filming, a new technique, or even just in general, something different. Like, the human mind goes crazy after a while if it's not constantly receiving new stimuli. So, give it some new stimuli.
New stimuli. I need new stimuli. New stimuli.
No, I agree with that.
Your horror
statement,
film
Chris.
would be new stimuli.
Oh, go Marcus, please.
Yeah, no, like brushing up, because like what I've been doing is that like I've been on LinkedIn Learning and like brushing up on like my IT networking knowledge.
Yes.
So that's been really helpful. And I guess one tip for me is to like make like a to-do list, like actually, and try to stick with it, and like
very much.
Clean up. Like at the beginning of your day, like try to clean up, because if you do that, you feel like a lot more productive.
Yeah. So, in summary, find new stuff to watch, find new stuff to do, make a list, check that list twice, make sure everything is all good and nice. I made a rhyme. Congrats
Santa Claus
to me.
is coming to town.
Yes, exactly. But yeah, just try new stuff, watch new stuff, take advantage of the fact that you have all this time on your hands to create, to experience, to just kind of keep living life. Don't let the quarantine get you down. Everybody's in this together, so to speak, and we're going to do just fine. I know all of us are personally going to keep brick filming and trying to get stuff produced and out there, and we really hope that all you listeners out there can do the same. So I guess with that, we can start wrapping up the show. As we continue down this new season, if you guys have any suggestions for us as to, guests you want to see on the show in the future, topics you want us to cover in the future, just anything and everything that you want from the podcast going forward, you can go ahead and follow us at Frame100 Podcast over on Twitter. That's Frame with a capital F, 100 the number, and then podcast with a capital P. Just not text us, but DM us, message us, do whatever you want to try and get our attention. And hopefully we can try and accommodate some of your guys' suggestions in the show as we move forward this season. We're very excited to keep doing stuff with you guys.
I know we've been slacking on the podcast, but life got
a very, very long time since
life got in everyone's way, and now that we've finally got some time to kind of sit down and get this stuff done.
Yeah, thanks for listening to the Frame100 Podcast this episode. If you have any thoughts on any of the topics that we discussed today, please leave us a comment or tag us on Twitter with hashtag Frame100 Podcast. Until then, stay tuned for our next episode, keep brick filming, and hang in there. We got this.
Bye, guys.